Morning, people. Where, where you at? Hold it. Just a minute. Wait a minute. People, are you there? Uh, there you. Oh, wait a minute. There you are. No. All right. The reason I did that, this dragon, by the way, dragon, and dragon speaks to you. It's with a number 4 and the letter U. Add a Gmail to it. That's my Gmail. Also, hashtag for Instagram. Dragon speaks for you, and at Dragon Speaks for You on YouTube. Listen, the reason I did that, it pertains to something, okay, that I want to address to you. I want to help some people today. I kind of compelled to make this video. Um, I'm really feeling it, and it might pertain to people that are uh, connected with me, or people that connected with you, or you yourself, okay? This is some information that might be good for you. Might help you. We're going to title this video self-deliverance, okay? Now, first of all, this self-deliverance, a lot of churches and stuff don't teach it because, uh, I mean, they touch on it, but they don't really tell you, I don't know, they don't explain it into depth on how to basically, you could do it and this self-deliverance thing. So, it's got a lot to do with judgments and stuff like that. But, it's taught to people, whether they go to church or religious or whatever, that there is a judgment day. There is judgment coming. At some time, there's a judgment coming, okay? Keep that in mind. So, uh, I want to touch on something about that, on self-deliverance. There's people suffering right now. I know there is, that have done something, maybe to me, or that's not so kosher, or someone to you, or someone in your family has done it to you, or friends have done it to somebody else, or somebody has hurt somebody in some way, and suffering with the guilt or the shame, uh, or maybe going through the karma that's coming at them right now, because it's a karmic action. Do you understand? It's very karmic, and it's going to come. It's going to come, whether it's right away or later. It just depends on how deep your emotion is, how deep your connection is. You understand? On a very deep connection, it's pretty immediate. That karma comes pretty heavy, and you can't shake it. I mean, you can try and you can try and you can try. Tell yourself it doesn't exist. Tell yourself I didn't do it, or tell yourself, just try to forget it. It didn't happen. Kind of like the kids plug their ears, don't want to hear you, nah, 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 kind of like that. It's a childish action, because if you really think about it, there's no way you can get around it. It's going to happen, okay? I'll tell you what'll ease that up for you. And, you might, it might bring you out of a lot of it and save you from, it can be heavy enough. It's taking people's lives. I mean, it's pretty heavy. It's pretty, it gets intricate, and it gets definite, and it gets pretty mean sometimes, and you can't stop it. It's a karmic action, and it's all due to your actions, uh, and you can blame it on the person that you might have done something to, and they're doing this to me, they're putting spells on me, or this or that. That's just your head, that's just your head trying to justify it, but it won't take you out of it, and it won't keep it away from you. It's going to happen. uh, so I want to give you a little bit of help right here, because I actually feel for you. And even though you may deserve it, okay, my heart doesn't allow me to accept that all the way, okay, if I can put it that way, if that makes any sense. That's who I am. And it's not because I'm weak, so don't get it twisted. I mean, that's probably what got you in it in the first place. It's not because I'm weak, it's because I'm beyond strong. That's why. Because I can surpass all that vengeance and all of that, which is probably justly deserved, okay. And at another time, I'd be totally for it, but I can't do that if I'm going to be um, loyal to my elevations, okay, and loyal to my uh, commitment. All right, and there's others. I say that and using myself because there's others that might be wondering about whether you should or not, and should I forgive, and you know should I feel bad for them? And, instead of, and you're wrestling with the fact that, no, they deserve it. They should get it. I mean, they deserve every bit of it. Well, that may be so. Okay. But myself, I feel, and if it's gone on for a while, you know, you don't really wish harm on the people, you know, you don't want to wish harm on them, but you want them to learn a lesson. Okay. And for the ones that are going through it, and learning that lesson, I hope you are, because I had to learn them myself. I'm not excluding myself. I went through it, but I'll tell you what'll ease it up for you, and I'll tell you what'll deliver you instead of having to go through to the full length of this. Because I've seen people that have gone and gotten sick, physically sick, to the point of where they've died. Some died, and probably know some yourself, especially if you were mixed in with a group, and they were dark, and those, they deserve a lot more. But a lot of you were manipulated. A lot of you are basically innocent you made the decision, you made a wrong turn, yes. But a lot of you are basically have a sense of essence of innocence because you were manipulated. You got sucked in and you fell for it. So you ought to feel more guilty about being a sucker. Okay. And eat that. Eat it. Don't we go, oh no, I make excuses and all this, and you're right, and all that stuff, because you're just digging the hole deeper for yourself. You got sucked into it because you were manipulated, and a lot of them use dark magics and spells and all that stuff, love spells and all this stuff to hook you and get you in, and now you're stuck in something, and you think you can't get out. But the way to get out easily is lose that fear. Like I've said before, lose the fear and just get your butt out of there. You know what I mean? So you can think clearly. But let me come back to that self-deliverance. You might want to do this first, okay? Because it'll help you. All right? And quit waiting for God, because I know some of you are praying for God. Now you're praying for God. Oh, yeah, you want God now. Help me and help me get forgiveness and get back with the person, or help have them forgive me, or this or that. Well, they're probably ready to, probably ready to forgive you. But you got to come with truth. Nothing but the truth. Straight truth. No games. Don't bring something shiny for the monkey. You understand? Because it's going to be seen immediately and you'll be cut off forever. You understand me? Very important. Know that. Okay? Quit trying to figure out ways you can come in and slick, because you're still snaky. You're trying to be snaky and work your own little plan, because it's not going to work. Okay? And you'll lose them forever. All right? So let's take care of you first. All right? Are you worth it? Ask yourself, and get your head out of your butt and get out of your ego, and don't let your ego answer this, because your ego is going to go, well, hell yeah, shoot, yeah, I'm worth it, yeah. Maybe you're not worth it. Why don't you look at it yourself, analyze it yourself, analyze yourself, okay? And see, do I deserve this? And if you're honest with yourself, you're going to say, yes, I deserve this, uh, and you're going to take it. You understand me? But there's a way you can deliver yourself from part of that to where you can accept it. And it's easier to accept it and go through it, come out the other side, and enjoy some freedom and a free soul, a free life, a clean slate on it. You understand? Let me see what I can compare this to. And I'll get back to it, don't worry. But I want to compare it to something. I ran a recovery program for over 20 years, okay? And these are people going to jail. I've said it before. Going to jail, they're going to get sentenced. They're going to get sentenced. There's no two ways about it. You're going to jail. You did something wrong, you're going to jail, okay? I've stepped in for a lot, and I've saved them for not going to jail. I do have say-so in these courts and stuff like that, but, you know, is it deserved? Is it going to be taken for granted? You know what I'm saying? I had a family member I saved right at the end, he's going to get a long term, and it would have been a whole different level of security. But the judge asked me, well, what do you think? And I told him, well, let's cut that in half, and he got a minimum sentence, And I made the offer, and the judge says, okay, and that was beyond the prosecution and beyond the the deal they had make or was going to make, and this and that. Well, I didn't like it. It was a little stiff, But was it taken for granted? Is it appreciated today? Probably not. You know what I mean? It's forgotten because all that's past and gone. So it's forgotten what I did, And I don't know. It hurts, it hurts, yes. But what are you going to say? What are you going to do? People are like that, and maybe things in the future will remind that particular person, get your head out of your butt, get your head out of yourself. You're not as hot as you are. You're not the player you think you are, and all of a sudden you forget who I am. I was there. I'm the one that saved your butt. But it's repetitious on different things, different people also. But there was people they're ready for, let's say there was, ready for a 11-year sentence. Okay. And I step in. Well, I'm between the prosecution and the defense. Okay. So I'm an alternative to incarceration. And so I step in. The judge says, okay, we go back in chambers, or we both go back to the conference room, and we sit down, district attorney and the prosecution, the defense, and they're asking me, what am I looking at? What do you think out of 11 years, what do you think with this guy? And before that, I have a discussion with the person themselves, okay? So I have to read that. I have to read where they're at. And they're all going to say, oh, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do this. I'll do that. They're all going to, I expect that. But I can see through the facade. This is very important here, people. Now listen what I'm saying. If you're concerned for yourself, listen to what I'm saying and your situation, okay? Listen to what I'm saying. Maybe you'll pick something up. But you got to clear your head from all that crap that's in it right now about what you're going through and who you're believing and this and that and what you're scared of, who you're scared of because they got you under wraps, okay? They're cowards. They're cowards, people. I'm telling you. But you're not seeing that because you're in fear. They got you in fear, okay? But, so I sit down with the person themselves. I read out what they're saying between the lines the whole bit. I feel them on what they're saying. All right? You got to understand now, at that point, I'm the deliverance. You understand me? I'm the deliverance per se. I can't take them completely out of their situation. Some I did, but not completely out of the situation on a lot of them that were a little more extreme, okay, depending on what they did and how far they took it, okay? So with the things I talked about and everything else, I got them to understand, okay, to accept what's coming. They don't know what's coming because I haven't made that decision yet, okay? Let's call it judgment. So now I'm part of judgment. You understand me? Just follow me here. The the final outcome comes from the judge. The judge, okay? But I'm part of the judgment. Do you understand? Because I'm stepping in. This is what I'm going to be doing now when I explain this after I get done with this story here, okay? This scenario. So I'm part of the judgment. I'm part of your judgment. Let's put you in that place, okay? But I convince you to take, and you feel good about it. Instead of being scared and worried and, saying anything you can to get out of it or whatever you think I want to hear, okay? Or the judge wants to hear or anybody wants to hear it, just say anything they want to hear. But it just gets you in deeper because you're full of it, man. You're full of crap. You know, don't think it's not their first rodeo. Not mine either. So, it's repetitious. Seen it over and over and over. So you're just another one. You understand? You got to stand out. Okay? Do it this way. So you accept, right? Okay, I accept. And you don't know what the sentence is going to be because I haven't decided what I'm going to say to the judge. Okay? It's really irrelevant what I say to the prosecution or the defense because I'm the one making the decision per the judge. Per the judge. Very important. I don't have to agree with the DA and I don't have to agree with the defense either. The prosecution or defense. I don't have to. Okay? Unless it sounds good, whatever. But I'm given the authority to make the decision. And 9 times out of 10, it's going my way. You understand? Especially if the authority has asked me what I think and puts me in that position to make the decision. If the authority is given to me by the judge to make that decision, I've got to be careful and I've got to do it out of a pure heart towards you. Okay? I can't have any bias. I can't have any prejudice. I can't have anything. It's regardless of, you understand? Okay. So I do that. Your action after that, when we get into court in front of the judge, your action is very, very important because he's looking at you on how you're going to take it. Okay? Not looking at me. He's looking at you on how you're going to take it. I'm standing there next to you. I say, Judge, okay, this is what I suggest. Okay? And most likely he's going to go with my suggestion. You understand? They always did. Okay? Because they know I'm true. They know I'm real. And I don't play no games with it. A lot of people out there, not you or whatever, but there's a lot of people out there that know me that don't know that about me. They haven't seen that. They've heard about that, but they've never seen it. Okay? Until you're one and I'm standing there for you. And there's some of you, I've stood there for you, whether it's out here in public or out there on the street or wherever, I've stood for you. And you've turned your back on me because you're convinced by somebody talking this. And you think you care more about them. Well, that's fine if that's the case. But you're dealing with the karma. And now you're crying to God because you want it to ease up because it's getting tough. And it's going to get tougher and tougher the more you go with it. I can't stress that enough, because you guys just aren't getting it. You're not understanding it. You think it's not real. Well, then what's causing it? Just a coincidence? You think it's just a coincidence? And it's going to get worse. You know, it's going to affect your job. It's going to affect your mind. It's going to affect your relationships. It's going to affect a lot. And the further you go with it, not acknowledging it, it's going to, nose itchy. It's going to get worse. And I'm trying, that's the part that's affecting me now, because for some particular instance I'm talking about, a particular situation that I think it's gone on, and I've been given the authority. I think it's gone on long enough to where I can bring out a little bit of secret on how to and pull some off of you, okay? I can't clean it all up for you because you've got your consequences. You've made the move. It's like the guy that got busted sneaking out the door with a television, broke into a house and sneaking out the window with a television or a stereo, and fell and busted his leg. Okay? They caught him. You understand? When he got to the court, he got cleared. He got a reprieve. Somebody stepped in and took that heavy sentence off of him, and he got a reprieve. Okay? Now, you think he's all happy? Sure, he's happy. He got away with it? No, he didn't. Karma is like this. He's still got to suffer the consequences. That broken leg. You understand? That broken leg. How long? How bad did he break it? You see what I'm saying? He didn't just sprain his ankle. He broke his leg. He might have broken in 3 or 4 places. Might take him a year to heal, where it should have taken a month or 6 weeks. Do you understand? Depending on how bad the break was. That's karma. That's karma. I'm hoping some of you understand this, okay? Now, take this reflection. Now I'm going to show you something, okay? Where you could do this yourself. I'm actually stepping in, just like the scenario I gave you right now. I won't be there, but I'm in here, because I'm placing myself now in here, okay? You can throw me out if you want. Go ahead. Good luck, okay? Self-deliverance, okay? You can do this yourself. Keep me in mind. That's all you got to do. You can hate me, love me, like me, I don't care. You know, at least respect me. I mean, at least for what I'm trying to do for you, because I can just let it go and let you guys go to the hilt and suffer it. Okay? But some of you, I think it's gone on long enough, and I do love you. You know, whether you reciprocate that love to me or not, it's irrelevant. It's for me. It's not for you. Okay? So whatever comes down the road, that's whatever comes down the road. But face yourself. Look at what you've done. Face yourself. Okay? Take every bit of what you got and what you've done. Every bit of what you got in what you've done. Every bit of responsibility. Like the accountability. Here's that ugly word that people don't like. That accountability. Okay, take every bit of what you've done. Take it in steps. Everything you did from the beginning. And if you exacerbated it and made it bigger, take those steps. What'd you do after that? It could have died right there and it wouldn't have been so big. But no, your ego jumped in the way. You had to do this, and then you had to do this, and then you had to do this, and you can't fight it. And then you started attacking. You see what I mean? The person. You know what I mean? So it's stupid. That's stupid. you know. So then what do? You go and, well, that's not working. My, is my anger is not working. My so-called spells. And what are you, lighting candles and stuff? It's hilarious, man. You know, you're looking at a soul that is protected. You understand me? A soul is protected. Okay, just like that judge that I told you about. Those courts. When I walked in to a court, it didn't matter what went on. I was protected. Do you understand? I was protected. There's nothing you could do. Either you accept or you don't. Simple. But you can't attack. If you attack, you're blowing smoke up your own butt. It's stupid. You're being stupid. Not ignorant, stupid. Okay? Whether you like it or not. So face it. Face your stupidity. If you can do that, you're going to self-deliver. But you're going to have to do this, what I'm saying. Okay? I've done it myself, people. It's not like, I'm talking out the side of my neck. I'm trying to tell you something. You can do it and self-deliver and bring some of that karma, ease up some of that karma, but you still got to suffer that broken leg. You understand? You still got to heal. And the only way you're going to do that, okay, in this particular sense that I'm talking about, is to face all these levels of what you did and how far you're going. Are you still trying to figure out a way you can? No, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. It's got to be a way. And you haven't learned yet. How stupid are you? You understand? How stupid are you really? Come on. And there's got to be a way. So the way to do it is to attack the person. Are you still trying to figure out a way? So if I attack him, then somehow that's going to deliver you. And, and believe I'm innocent. I'll make everybody believe I'm innocent. If I can win one battle, if I can win one battle, you're not going to win. Okay? Protection. It's protected. That person protected. Nothing you do is going to do any good. Okay? Nothing. It's, at the end of the day, you're going down, man. And you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, bigger and bigger. And you won't accept the fact that you're dealing with a power way, way beyond you. Way, way beyond you. You just won't accept it because you're jealous, or your pride or your ego is, no, it can't be. Yes, it can be. They've worked it. They've studied it. They're beyond. They're already at a level you can't even touch. You can't even get close. You understand? But some of you won't accept that because the anger. You're just angry. It's making you, more and more angry. Why don't you just be happy for them and go? You know what? I got to ease up for this and back off because I made a stupid mistake. You know what I mean? I made a stupid mistake. I was a blithering idiot. What the hell was I thinking of? You understand? Accept it. If you go that route, you're on the right path. Okay? You're on the right path. Pick up the phone. Apologize. At least start off with that. You don't know. Well, I got so much I don't want to say, and this, it's all going to come out anyway. And that's the best way to do it. But it don't all have to come out on that one phone call. You don't know. You got the fear that's got your head. Well, you got all this. You got this big old scenario. Well, if I do, then what if they make me say this or make me say that? They might not make you say anything, but you're going to have to face to face at some point and get things done. Or do you want to go to court and bring it all out at the last minute and expect somebody to stand for you? You see what I mean? I hope this is making sense to some of you, and some of you that have friends that are going through this. Go and kind of explain some of this to them, guys, because you can be me in that position, like I explained to you in that scenario. You can be that because you have the power. And the reason you do is because you're accepting it. You're accepting that. You're accepting the fact to go help this friend understand what I'm saying. Okay? So now you are that guy in court, standing up. Does that make sense? Excuse me a minute. Let me get this. You know, and it's an awesome deal, and it's not for self gratification. It's totally, make sure you're doing it totally for that person. You know, make sure you're doing it totally for that person, because that's what's gonna make it real. That's what's gonna make it even more powerful. The purer the intention is, the more powerful you are in court. Okay, it's a spiritual court, people. You understand? By the time you get to in some circumstances, by the time you get to the actual 3D court, and you're actually going to end up in court, then it'll be a lot easier, because the person will have that ease. If you're the person, then you'll have that ease because you self-delivered a certain part of you, and karma is not so heavy on you. You understand? Because karma will follow you into court. I guarantee you. And it's going to influence the judge. The judge. It's going to influence the judge, regardless of what anybody says. Do you understand me? I know some of you don't believe that. No, I've got a good spiel, man. I got a good rap. I got a good rap. You cannot beat karma, man. You can't. It's going to, if the karmic, I don't know how I can explain it to some of you people. It's just frustrating. I've seen it over and over and over, and people try, and I tell them, shut up. Don't say this, don't say that. They go and open their mouth and they hang themselves. Then they turn around and look at me as I'm going, hey, I try to tell you. Here they go. Off to jail, off to prison, If you would have just listened to me and shut up like I told you. But no, So some people are too smart for their own good. It's the thing, So face these things, look at yourself, start off from the point it started, the thing you did wrong. Don't try to make an excuse. Well, they misunderstood what I said. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. It's you. You misunderstood what your mouth was running. You should have watched your mouth. You understand? They didn't misunderstand anything. They've probably been looking at it for quite a while, building up to it. You just think you're just so wise, A little bit narcissistic there, okay? So much is known that you don't know is known. And you think you're hiding it. You think you're hiding it. The best thing to do is bring it out, but you're waiting for it to come out. It's already been out, but it's not going to be said. Do you understand? So you're playing what we call a Mexican standoff, probably with the wrong person, because that he'll wait you out. That person will wait you out. You'll starve to death before you get that. Okay? So it's up to you to make the move, not that person. That person wasn't in the wrong. It was you. But you won't accept that because you got a plan. You got a plan to make it look bad. You got a plan to make them look bad, or her, or whatever, And if you can do that, then it'll put you in the clear. No, it won't. No, it won't. You're building your karmic action coming on you. And the more you go, the quicker it's coming on you. You understand? So you face these things. Stop. Just stop. Stop what you're doing, because you're going the wrong way. You haven't learned that yet. Come on, man. Don't be stupid. You're beating your head into a wall, and you still think if I try one more time, I can put my head right through that wall. I can knock it down. It's like listen, some of you will relate. Some of you know, it's like a bull. A bull, you get in the corral, you tie to a post out in the middle of that corral. That bull will attack that post until it knocks it down. Hey, it succeeded. Okay? Soon as the farmer or the rancher sees that, he goes and puts up another pole. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue. Okay? The bull ain't got the brains to figure that out. So it's going to keep doing that and keep doing that. Okay? My dad used to ask me a question, and some of you probably heard it. What if you had a choice? If you had to make a choice, how would you rather go? Hit by a train or hit by a bull? And a lot of people pick the bull because it's a train. Oh my God, man! That's even the thought. Imagine a train hitting you. And that's what I told him when he first asked me. I was young, real young, and he goes, "Son, you made the wrong choice." He said, "You want to pick the train." And I asked him why, and he said, "Because the train can't back up and do it again. That bull will keep coming back and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. That bull is called karma. The train, one time, is done." Some of you are thinking, huh? So are you dealing with the train or the bull? Okay? That bull's name is karma. And it's going to keep coming back and coming back and coming back until you get it. No matter how much and how many times it knocks that pole down. That ranch is going to keep replacing it until the point he gets to be steak. You want to be steak? It's like these movies. Some of you know Denzel Washington. I love it, man. He's got that comedy. He goes, you want to get paid, or you want to go home, or you want to go to jail? Want to go home, or you want to go to jail? Make a decision. Make a decision. I love that comment. It's deep, It's deep. It's a lot deeper than just the words, You want to go home or you want to go to jail? Make a decision. There ain't no in between. See what I mean? So take these things and deliver yourself from each one of them. And once you do, you're going to feel that ease in yourself. I'm telling you, you're going to feel that ease in yourself. And you're going to be able to take a breath. Okay? Now, it's not over. You got people you need to go to. And probably the first one is going to be the person you went against. Start off with just an apology. You don't know what you're going to get from there. Quit building yourself up to, oh my God, the building's going to fall down on me. What if they bring this, they bring that, they bring this? It's called truth, people. It's called truth. They're going to bring truth, truth. And that's what you're going to have to face, is truth. Okay? Now, your judgment is coming. Why not? Okay? Why not take some of that judgment and judge yourself? Okay? The Lord himself says you judge yourself. Judge yourself and take some of that karma, back some of that karma off. You can't stop it, but you can ease some of it up. And probably a good piece of it, depending on how you do this, what I'm telling you. And it's real, people. I'm trying to tell you. It's real. Try it. You'll see. And you'll never, ever go back. Ever. You won't go back to the vomit. That's where you're at right now. You're gorging yourself in vomit. In vomit. And you're forcing yourself to like it. Make sense out of that. Make sense out of it. Why do I like this vomit so much? It's that guy's fault. Or it's that guy's fault. Oh, it's these people. They're making me. You're making me. Are you kidding me? You just don't understand the situation. I don't care. I could care less what the situation is, just like you should. It's called survival, people. Would you eat dog if you had to? Would you eat skunk? Would you eat crow if you had to? Would you eat buzzard? They feed off the dead. What do you think these people are doing? Feeding off of you. They manipulated you. They're still manipulating you. They're still manipulating you. You're a puppet. You think you're playing game. You ain't got no game. Your game ended when you walked off that last where you had it good. You had it good, man. You know? That's where your game ended. It's hilarious, man. I gotta laugh. And you don't like that, but oh well, it's true. And by now you ought to know it. And if you do what I'm telling you. Clean this stuff up, back it off a little bit, man. And deliver yourself. Deliver yourself. And then, like I said, the first one should be the one you attacked, or the one that you caused all the problems with, or two, and then start cutting yourself off of all this other crap you're dealing with. You understand? And the people that really matter, that you don't even realize you're hurting, I'd go tell them. Try going and sitting down and going, look, I got to explain something. And it's going to hurt, people. But don't consider yourself. Consider how much you hurt them. Huh? Could be children and stuff like that. Bring them over and say, look, I got to tell you something. I know what you're thinking because of something I said. Okay? But that was wrong. It was wrong for me to say. Okay? It was wrong for me to say that because I was wrong. This is the truth. And tell them, because they're worth that deliverance. Because they're going to grow up with that, people. They're going to grow up with what you did. They're going to grow up with what you said. They're going to grow up with what you put in their head. Some of you are feeling it right now. I know you are. I can feel it, man. I can feel the conviction. Get away from condemnation. Like you lousy person, this is what you did, and this is, that's condemnation. But when you're feeling it within, going, oh my God, what did I do? That's conviction, man. Condemnation is of man. Man, because man will condemn you. Conviction delivers you. Conviction delivers you. Self-deliverance. Do you understand? So when you get to the court, I'm standing there. That's a beautiful thing. And the judge is saying, what should I do? It's already done. Well, judges, go ahead, tell them. Tell them what you did. Tell them what you've been doing. And when the judge hears that story, already knows. Just by your action. You're not standing there, well, Your Honor, you're not standing there trying to make something come out of your mouth because you're already lying. But you're standing there with confidence going, I did this, Your Honor, I did this, and I did that, and I've worked on this, and I worked on that. I cleaned this up, man. And he sees that you're proud of yourself for doing what you did. He already knows. He already knows. The impression is awesome. There's your deliverance. Okay, but you're going to have to pay this. You're going to have to pay that. Okay? We're not going to go this way. But we're going to do this and do this and do that. You got to heal that broken leg. You know, you still got that broken leg. You understand? That's part of the consequences. But you're not going to be doing it in prison. How's that feel? You hear me? Some of you have progressed that thing, man, that little thing like this into a mountain, and you got people talk you into doing some stupid stuff. You know what I mean? Stupid stuff. You know what that is, right? You signed something you shouldn't have signed. It's already known. As spiritual people, you can't beat it. You can't beat it. You signed something you shouldn't have signed, and you followed up and helped somebody do something you shouldn't have done. But that you actually weren't in your complete senses. Do you understand me? Listen to what I'm trying to tell you, man. Get out of that whirlwind you got built up and they're convincing you of. Well, if you do this, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Do it. Do it. You know why you can do it? I'm protected. There you go. Stand up with some of that. Stand up with some of that. Had to check the time. You hear what I'm saying? Stand up with some of that. You know why? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. I'm out of here. You know that? And by the way, you don't even belong here. This ain't your place. Get out. Go do what you're going to do. It don't matter because I'm protected. Because you know you're on your way to your self-deliverance. Even if you haven't completed it yet, you know you're on your way to self-deliverance. So you can claim your protection. Somebody's there for you. You just don't know it yet. Somebody's there for you. You just don't know it yet. You think it, you're crying for it, but you don't know it yet. I'm trying to help you tell you it's there. I don't know how much plainer I can tell you. How much plainer can I say it? You're having problems believing it. You're having problems believing yourself because somebody's convinced you different. And placing that doubt in your head because at 1 second you believe it, oh yeah, and you stand up big and strong, boy. You're standing up with it, and then you hear a few little things, and that's now you shrink back down like a sucked down balloon, aired out balloon. And here you go again. You build up again, and somebody sucks all that air out again. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. I can feel it from here, man. You know? I'm telling you. And there's people around you that feel it. I can feel it from here. I don't know. Apparently you don't know who I am. I guess you don't believe it. I'm some idiot, wimp. Don't know what he's talking about, I guess. Well, that's fine, I guess. Go ahead. Deal with it. Go ahead and deal with it. It's like I always say, I ask a question, who's the most dangerous man in a poker game? But people don't get it, They come up with all their answers. The rich guy, the wealthy guy, the professional player, the visitor that came in, or the guy that never bluffs, or this guy that bluffs all the time, who's the most dangerous out of those, Who's the most dangerous man in that poker game? People will guess, the professional poker player, of course. No, you're wrong. Well, the guy with all the money, because he can play it on, play it on. No, you're wrong. The most dangerous guy in that poker game is the guy that never bluffs. Think about this, people. The guy that never bluffs. Because when he does, you'll never know it. And he walks away with the jackpot. Okay? But your eye is never on him because he's weak. You think. That's his game. He makes you think it because he's that good at his game. And you're not good enough at your game to see it. He sees you when he sits down. He sees you as he approaches. You're so blinded in your own half-baked game that you don't see that. You don't see him looking and studying it and watching you. Every hand you play, every step you make, I'll be watching you, every step you take, every move you make. But since he's not doing nothing, he looks all meek and mild over there. He must be one you can play. Okay, well, play him. You learn quick. Because when he rises up and goes, takes the whole pot. And then you're all hating. Then you're all hating on it. Oh, man, he had to have cheated. He did something. He's that good at his game. That's all there is to it. And when you can admit that, go shake the man's hand and give him the respect he deserves. The respect that he deserves. The respect that he deserves. Then you yourself elevate in integrity. Do you understand? Integrity. Because right now you have none. You've thrown all your integrity out the false pride window. The false pride window. Along with your ego. That's where your ego needs to go. So that there's no room. There's no room. Because your ego is taking all the room. There's no room for your brain. There's no room for logic. There's no room for, there's no room for heart. There's no room for empathy. Because your ego is taking up all the room. It's grown so big, you're suffocating yourself. Do what I'm telling you. Deliver yourself. Self-deliverance. I'm telling you, it's real simple. Real simple. Real simple. The first move is this. I just want to say, I'm sorry. I apologize from the depths of my heart. Without tears, without a game, without something shiny. We'll discuss it later. We'll talk about everything else later. Thank you very much for that. Get your initial forgiveness. That's you. Forgive yourself so you can deliver yourself. Like I'm saying. Listen to me. Somebody loves you. First thing you got to do is shut up in here. And then all these out here, shut them up. Shut them up. Stand up. Stand up for somebody. You know who it is. Stand up for them instead of putting them down to try to cover yourself. Stand up for them against all of this. Oh, man, I want to say the words. I'm trying to keep it clean. Okay? Stand up and tell them, shut your mouth. That's it. I've had it. No more. There's a word called bullshit. Okay? I was full of bullshit. That's the end of it right there. Okay? Take it how you want it. Whatever. That's one heck of a move for yourself right there. You know how much strength you just gained doing that? How much strength you gained? Then you can puff your chest out and go, man, that felt good. Don't let them sit there and question you and all this other stuff. Throw it out flat, walk away, go to the next. That's it. Just like that. Don't sit there and discuss nothing because they'll put stuff in their doubt. Okay? Don't do that. Just go up, do what you got to do, get out, and let them deal with the rest of it. If they got phone, all of a sudden your phone rings. What did you mean? You know, don't even. I don't want to talk about it. You heard what I said. Click. That's it. That's it. Your integrity level just rose, man. Your vibrations just from all these peaks, it just leveled out so much, man, into a smooth flow, man. You know, it's not even, it hasn't flattened out yet, but it's got a smooth flow all of a sudden. You don't have all these peaks, man, in your vibrations. Your level and frequency just rose every time. Boom, boom, boom. You know, you're going to feel so good, man, and you're going to get your breath back. And then tears, they're going to be tears of joy instead of tears of pain and anguish. Trust me. I know that's hard, man. Trust me. He said, trust me. Yeah. You should have done that in the first place. Anyway. Regardless of what you think, you're loved. Somebody loves you, okay? Somebody loves you enough to do this. Huh? Huh? Somebody loves you enough to do this. You're worth it. You got it from the authority. Love you. From Dragon.